Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Tangledeep. We're not going to use this campfire. Maguzmo usually just steals like some gold and some items, but it seems like if we go to sleep here, he takes all of reality and just shoves it into his robe somewhere. I don't know, maybe that pocket's deeper than it looks. So we're gonna grab this and we're gonna just get to stepping. We'll move right on. We're almost out of here. We're almost done with this place. Now, somebody posted a link to the wiki page for how breeding works, and I generally try to avoid looking stuff up on wikis because I think the discovery is part of the fun. But I did look at that because I was kind of curious about some things. And what I think what I read, it didn't explicitly say this, but I think it is the case that if we want to breed pets with, I think we want to breed another bred pet with this pet to get an even better pet. Because I think there's a modifier that builds up over multiple generations as long as you fill that job points bar all the way, I think. So we should be on the lookout for more cool stuff to grab, but it's also possible that maybe like just the best thing to do would be to breed the Verdigrizzly and the Alchemist together, get another pet, and then breed that one and this one together to get yet another pet? Maybe. I'm not sure. Given that that looks like a possibility, though, basically where I was going with that is I don't know that we actually need to capture another pet. We might be cool to make a super strong pet out of just what we have, or it may be that the tree man here actually is good enough to get us through. Let's take a quick look. We're at 12,000 gold. Alright, at this point it's just tents and scrolls of teleportation that I'm looking for from her. But like, I think we're good to push to the end here. Our current pet is super strong. We have really good spells. Let's take a moment and look over our bars. Is there anything here that I'm not using? I haven't used Delayed Teleport at all yet. I keep not using Spell Shape Aura, but we should be invoking our auras. I'm not using Thorn Explosion very much, but I want to be. It's just not happening. The vines aren't showing up where we need them. Although, it's going to be better now that we have another pet summoning Floricondas, because I think his will count as vines as well. So actually, I think we're good. I was thinking about trying to work a couple more of our evocations in, now that we're doing so much damage with them. So ice is slowing and reducing accuracy. Acid is weakening physical defenses. You know what? We're probably fine. I think we're fine. I think our spell loadout is awesome. Very, very strong. So let's just push onward here. I think I'm not going to dungeon map. I think we're going to save our dungeon maps for... So hold on, real quick, before I forget. No, my Floriconda counts as a vine. His Floriconda doesn't. Alright. Worth knowing. It would have been cool if it had, but it's certainly not, like, necessary. So, Mlurpy here is an impossible threat. This man is level 20, and we cannot possibly defeat him, it says here. So we're obviously... Now I have to. Now I've been challenged. He's immune to a lot of stuff, pretty resistant to a lot of stuff, but it looks like fire still works pretty well. I should probably not stand in this. And then over here we have Banisher, Toxic, Conjurer. Okay. I don't like this. This is not going well already. Spitting Vines. Let's try to... I won't be able to put a bomb onto Mlurpy, unfortunately. We might want to actually change gears and try to kill this one first, because I'm a little concerned about the Conjurer. Is this friendly gas? This is not friendly gas. Okay, whatever that is needs to go away so that I can move through here. You know what? Are you immune to poison? 68%. Yeah. You know, it's powerful. It's hard for it to be wrong to have the Creeping Death out. Okay, well now I can actually see them, and they'll both get hit by it immediately. Alright, I'm really low on energy, so let's do a... Man, 96% physical immunity is rough. I might have to, like, eat some mints here. Real quick, whether... I'm just gonna, you know, it's the middle of a life or death combat situation. I better just pop a breath mint right quick. Listen, we want to kill this slime, but we don't have to be gross about it. So what I really need is a fire elemental, honestly. Ah, didn't get lucky. I was hoping that we would grab another fire proc off of fire evocation. How about lightning damage? 37, okay. The normal staff isn't really going to do anything here, but this is something at least. So pretty much anything any pet we send after this thing is just gonna do very little damage. Trying hard to get into a position where I can actually see it. It's doing a really good job of constantly fleeing and laying down tons of poison, both of which are really annoying. Step, step, and then I'm getting hit by the acidify no matter what I do, so may as well take this as an opportunity to maybe get lucky with fire. Nope. Wow! Whoa! I did not expect 1687. You lost 1934 health in the last 3 turns. Holy crap! Well, geez. Okay. Yeah, I was not ready for that. So, we're gonna start a new character, obviously. We're not gonna restart the same character. Oh, we were so close. Oh, I'm very frustrated. Okay, back to title. New character. We're gonna play one more character here, I think. Probably, fair warning, this might be the last character for this particular series. I do want to start rotating some new stuff in. Start a new game. You know, I'm interested in these. We might do a challenge or two after this character's lifespan is over, just because I'm curious about these. But for right now, we're just going to start a new game. In adventure mode, of course. No, in heroic mode. In heroic mode, of course. And I'm going to be a melee character this time. I want to really take advantage of Brigand. So, the thing I like about Brigand the most is this tier 3 passive bonus. So we are going to end up in Brigand. That gives us a lot of opportunity to mess around with other melee stuff that we really haven't gotten to make that much use of. So, drop a firebomb every time you use Cloak and Dagger as Shadow Step is just bananas. So firebomb is, as you might imagine, an AoE skill that does fire damage. It scales incredibly well. And we have a skill orb that says it reduces the fuse time, I'm assuming to 1 turn, because how much lower could you bring it? We can do poison damage. So the value of this is not just that you can do poison damage instead of physical damage with your bleeds, it's that a monster can only have 1 bleed effect on it, it seems like, but it can have a bleed and a poison. So you can toggle this to basically double bleed. That's what it seemed like last time I played this one. So I don't think we want to start as Brigand, though. We're going to move over to Brigand. So who do we want to start with? We could start as Boudica. Boudica has an incredibly easy time in the early game. I didn't insure that pet, did I? I don't think I did. I think I was thinking about other stuff. You know what? That's fine. We still have the parents. Everything's fine. We'll just breed a new one. Boy, today has been a heck of a day already in these 9 minutes. Okay, Boudica, focus. The Boudica stuff we could learn, things like the vital points are really cool. Unfortunately, we would not be able to take much advantage of this stuff. We could go barehanded, I suppose. There's an item, a Judica Sash, that lets you strike with your bare hands as though you had the basic Boudica buffs, but we also have a lot of really good weapons that I probably want to make use of instead. We could start Wild Child and pick up Feral Fighting. In fact, we almost certainly should have Feral Fighting. You know, starting Wild Child is not bad. Actually, actually kind of great, right? We can pick up all this stuff. We're going to fly through the normal game, pretty much no matter who we pick, probably. Let me think. What else would we want? Potentially some stuff from here. Right, these songs are pretty good, and they'll give us stuff to do with our energy. We're going to be very stamina heavy, probably, in part because feral fighting is going to bleed off stamina constantly, and in part because Escape Artist and Cloak and Dagger and Shadow Step, too. Oh, Shadow Step is energy. But a lot of our good skills are stamina skills as Brigand. There's also... Hussein has... Let's see, I thought we had... There was something cool... Oh, Crystal Shift scales with weapon power. That's not totally great. I thought there was a cool ability that scaled with weapon power as Boudica. Not particularly. Okay, well, why don't we start as Wild Child? We'll grab Feral Fighting because it's awesome, and we'll grab a couple of the Wild Child things, and then we'll figure it out from there. I think you ought to know that probably by now SB is how we're going, and as a melee character, I wonder if any of this stuff makes any sense to do. I think we probably just want to do the things we normally do, right? I like having a lot of hit points. The idea there is that, you don't take damage that is so high that you can't react to it. But then sometimes you get hit for 1900 health in 2 turns, and boy, I gotta say, I knew we were gonna get hit by the Acidify, the Acid Burst, but I figured it'll hit us and then we'll do, like, if I had had any idea, I really needed to teleport out. Yeah, like, Toughness Thirst Quencher is probably good. We just have to, once we're at that level, we just have to never take an AoE ever, I guess. Because in the past, Acidify has been pretty gentle, right? Like, I get hit by, I try to move out of it, but that situation where I can't move out of it because I can't move far enough happens all the time. You just eat the Acidify and it does like 60 damage or whatever, and you move on. I was very surprised by the thing that occurred. Okay, let's, I am gonna need some food, though. I need to cook. So hold on. We can go over here. Yep, Julia will hand us some healing items. What exactly do Julia's healing items consist of? 2 apples and a chicken. Thanks, Julia. That's a big help there. Come down here and we get a harvest. And then we just cook something from the harvest and put rose petals from the bank into it, right? We should just need 1, right? Because the pets already like each other. So. Frankly, I mean, honestly, just like apple, rose petal. Make a nice romantic fruit bowl. I guess it could just be a curry, couldn't it? I could have just, like, 2 bags of grain or something. Definitely didn't insure that pet. Feel like a real, what do you call it? Big idiot. Oh no, here's our pet. Maybe when I die, the pet doesn't die? I thought for sure that would be how it worked. But yeah, I guess the tree man survived. He just came back home. He was like, hey, the adventurer died. Can I get back in? Alright, well, welcome to the team. Maybe I did insure him? Maybe. I don't know. Probably not. Anyway, I guess we have an extra romantic meal. You know what? Hold on. Let's do that thing I was talking about. Oh, interesting. Is this the right... Yeah, these are the right guys. I guess their relationship resets after they have the baby or something? Huh. Okay. Well then we'll have to put a little bit of effort into making that happen. Let's do the first couple of floors of the dungeon real fast. Accumulate some items and then we'll worry about it. And I'm not too worried about the fact that we are not insuring our pet, because obviously our pet has 0 chance of dying here. Scourge the Salamander. Okay. Let's also think about what kind of cool... Oops, not store. Force of habit there. Withdraw. Let's think about what kind of cool items we want. So, we could go for a Scarlet Headband thing. We're going to be, eventually, pretty reliant on a skill that does fire damage for our AoE damage, so a thing that just boosts all your fire damage and then us using a fire weapon, that's a possibility, right? We also could, let's see, what else could we do? So we see monsters all the time that are fire water resistant or shadow lightning resistant. I don't know that I've ever seen a monster that has a significant amount of poison resist. I mean, that boss had 60%, but like, we never see monsters that are poison immune. So maybe we play into the poison thing. I have a poison ring here. It gives strength and guile. I think one of the stats buffs damage with daggers. Yeah, okay. Guile is a dagger damage stat. So we could just be, you know, thematically, obviously, if we're going to be playing as a roguey character, we're encouraged to be using daggers. And if we're doing daggers, then critical chance, parry chance, damage, all in the same stat is pretty good. Do I have a good knife? Let's see. We have a lot of fancy weapons. I'm not sure if I have a good dagger, though. We have big hammers. No, not really. Not so much with the knife. Do we have a good acid weapon? Oh, okay. Well, we have an acid orb. So what I need is like a high-level knife. Once we apply this acid orb, we're not going to be able to get the acid back out. So we got to be like smart about this. I mean, I guess for now we can just kind of go with what we've got and we can try to find some better answers. This is interesting too. Yeah, unfortunately, we found a bunch of interesting melee attacks and physical skills used at melee range deal 20% extra damage. Well, we could certainly item orb this thing up, huh? Let's take this with us. Like samurai armor? Plus 10% all damage. It's not the best for surviving, but you know what? You know what's good for surviving is killing the enemy. This could be our other thing. You know, you cannot lose more than 20% of your health from a single attack or effect. Would prevent us from dying in the only ways that we usually die. Yeah, and this only has one trait on it. It's a bad trait, but we can pull the trait off and then We're gonna do this. So, samurai armor that we'll have to put some traits on. A Titan's Gauntlet for damage, a Juggernaut Helm for survival. I'm feeling pretty good about that. Here's some crude claws that we can offhand. And I think we're good for now. I'm not too worried about our weapons yet. We'll figure it out. Right now, let's just blaze through the early part of the dungeon here, because our pet should be able to kill everything. This pet is objectively even more powerful than Rockbot was, so... Oh, hey, it's that guy. Go get him. Go get him, new guy. Yeah, yep, that's the sort of thing I was talking about. So it is probably the case that our pet's pet is going to be sufficient for killing every monster that we run across. We'll just burn through these early floors real quick. Of course, we'll try to find the side areas, try to clear stuff. You know, we do need to get XP and job points and stuff. Pet, defend me! That's like a real Floriconda. Nope, that is our Floricon. It just doesn't have the... It looks like a monster because it's not my pet. It doesn't have the same text in the box that I'm used to from seeing our summoned Floriconda. Get him! Look, he's aggressive. He's coming right for us. You don't want to... Okay. He hit me. Show him who's boss. So we're going to want strength and guile and discipline on this character. We're going to have to keep those somewhat in balance. For right now, I'm going to focus on damage output. Maybe I should be using... We have, like, weird legendaries and stuff. Maybe I should be thinking more about those in terms of, you know, our equipment. Because the stuff I'm using is certainly cool, but it's not unique. Let's clear Applewood Grove out real fast for a nice early JP bonus. 31? What is it, my birthday? I can't believe how much damage I took from them. That character had a ton of elemental defense, too. That's just rough. I mean... Even with me trying hard to take things more seriously, I still was not taking that seriously enough. Now, it is worth noting that this character could be a dual wielder. We might want to have 2 weapons, not just 1 dagger. We could end up going like a good main hand dagger and then some kind of defensive item in the offhand, but it might be better for us to rock a dual wield, just increased damage output. The other thing that I have to consider is having a good ranged weapon. It hasn't been a big deal on the last couple of characters because we've had we've had skills that we could use at range and stuff, but it is a really bad idea to only be melee capable. So we're going to need a bow or something. Let's help him find his pet. His slime companion. God, that alchemist gas just one-shotting everything is pretty cool. Yeah, I don't really have any idea what our real upgrade path on this character is going to be. It's kind of nice. Like, that last character was great. Don't get me wrong. But we were playing for quite a while after we had sort of determined and completed our build, and I was missing the build a character aspect of the game because, as I'm sure I've said many times, I think the thing about this game that is the coolest, the thing that makes me want to recommend this game, is the character customization, the fact that you get to build your own cool class out of all the tools you are offered. So we're going to need, at the very least, here we go. We're going to need a good ranged weapon, a good melee weapon, some kind of offhand solution, and then another good melee weapon with a different element, just in case we do run into a serious problem with resistance. Awesome. Cool. White quality tree seeds. That's like 12 whole gold or something. Thanks, dude. And I'm really disappointed, though. Like, I'm trying to brush it off. I'm trying to stay positive for the recording, but if you'll permit me to offer you just a brief window into my emotional state here, I'm, like, really bummed out, because I thought we were going to see the end of New Game Plus there, and that's, like, that's an achievement. That's something I was excited about doing. Get him. Go get him. There you go. Yeah, you know what? We'll have to go back and actually like look through the bank, look through our stuff, and decide if I want to use a legendary piece of equipment or something. We have so many accessories. I'm not 100% certain these are the best ones, although they do seem to be pretty good ones, don't they? Are we... No, we've pretty much cleared the place out. Let's go check down here. We're definitely going to want to be taking Pandora's boxes for a while at the very least. We also want to make sure that we actually pick up all of the stamina power-ups that drop, because we are going through stamina very quickly, remember. Does our pet have 2 Floricondas out right now? So the duration of his pets is lower than the cooldown of the summoning skill. I do not think that that's something I knew before. That's good to know. Okay, so we don't have to do anything to unlock the ability to learn monster skills, right? Like we are currently able to learn them, we just haven't picked any up yet. Oh, hey man, do I? Good joke. Apparently I did have a gem on me. It gave me a spiritual glowtorch of cleverness. That's fine. That would be an item I'd be really excited to see if I were, you know, still in an early phase of meta development. It's like pretty alright. I don't know for sure that we'll even keep the Wild Child passives, but I do know that it's worth picking them up at the very least. Okay, we got something there. We learned... Oh, we learned Vine Pull from the Floriconda. That's actually really interesting. Having a pull. That's potentially powerful. I don't know how many levels. We're gonna take strength. We should probably grab some guile and some discipline. Actually, hold on. Does guile give you crit chance or crit damage? Okay, it's crit chance. Yeah, we definitely need some elemental resist. Swiftness would not be terrible because it increases your crit damage, but mostly we don't really have a lot of extra stats to play with. We're going to already be spread a little thinner than I would like. Oh good, it's the Spiny Maze. Well, you know, we might be able to learn the Spiny Shot thing, which might be based on weapon damage, and as such might be pretty good. How are we on rumors? Did we finish all of our rumors? We did. Okay, before we go into the Spiny Maze, let's go back to town. Get some new rumors. One of them might be to find the Spiny Maze. That would be pretty cool. What's up? You want to talk to me about weapon mastery? You're getting a little ahead of yourself. I have no idea what weapon I'm going to be using. Alright, defeat Moss Jelly with the power of poison. That's interesting. I don't actually have any poison attacks, but the Alchemist can get this for us. Yep, discover the Spiny Maze to get a free thing. And kill some Quilkin. It's interesting that we're getting quests to kill things with poison damage. You missed. I was not expecting that. This herb thing is pretty good. Okay, that's one. Or wait, it was it Quilkin or... Yeah, it was Quilkin, never mind. What I need to do is move close to Quilkin, but not kill them. I need to let the Alchemist cast his gas thing on them. Because I don't have a poison attack, right? I didn't actually get one of those poison weapons. Yeah. One. Oh no! Defend me! Okay, well, I mean, good job, but that's not really what I wanted. I know it's what I said, but you gotta read my mind a little bit over here. I really, if they damage me, all I have to do is run. The alchemist will handle it. I gotta say, this is a lot creepier than running around with the rock bot. Like, I get that he was a rock monster and he was always shouting, and sometimes he just kind of vibrated for no reason. I don't know if you guys were watching that. That's strange. I'm not gonna pretend that's not strange. Get him. Poison gas him. Well, that'll do, I guess. But this dude just following us silently with the mask, with the big glass goggles and stuff. It's weird. This one's not gonna attack first? Okay, there he goes. Gelato, Minter, Brew, Choco Bar. Okay, that wasn't even a very good pack of restorative items. But yeah, like I said, expect this opening part to be very low impact. I apologize if it's not actually terribly exciting. 25% of received melee damage to attackers. Ah, okay. So usually, the reason I thought it was strange that it gave us a poison thing is that it usually gives you a quest to deal damage to enemies with a damage type that you actually have. So it was weird because I didn't have poison, but that's because this does cause poison damage. It just doesn't say so in the tooltip. I do wish that the tooltips were a little bit more informative. Actually, I bet the verbose version that's available here, yeah, totally does. Okay. So, oh, actually, it deals 50% weapon power as poison on the initial impact? Yeah, it sure does. I'm also going to have to be careful with it around corners, it looks like. Well, that does give me more incentive to try to get a venom ring thing going with that acid orb that we have. Try to make sure there's no spine guys hiding in the little corners here. That is not where the problem was. I don't know what you're doing over here. Yeah, we might not actually be able to keep feral fighting on all the time, because we're going to be using stamina for a lot of our cool abilities as Brigand as well. We'll have to keep an eye on our stamina generation. So what did we miss? It looks like there's not actually anything up here. Oh, no, there is. I thought this was one of those things where I just hadn't gotten quite close enough to the wall. And then there's a little dark area right there. A little bit down into the left. Huh. Nope. Okay. Bottom right, it looks like there's a little something bottom right, maybe. No, that is all... It's not... It's absolutely not what is actually... The map is a little confused. I guess there's a dark spot over here. Pretty sure the spiny maze is one of the ones that lets you know when you've completed it. Yep, that was it. I really don't care for this maze. Let's get out of here. I also found a Nord's Helm of Stealth and Muscle. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good description for an item. You know, it's a magic helmet, and it's of stealth, but also muscle. We can imagine a professional wrestler sneaking up on a guy. So actually, I kind of wonder if it might be worth it to come back to Wild Child, like a little further down in the dungeon, to see if we can pick up a good skill or two. Because we're going to be out of Wild Child before we encounter the really tough enemies. Okay, we got Frog Hop. This is something I was really hoping for. Oh, I've been frozen. Or, frozen. Paralyzed. What is the actual text of Frog Hop? Restores 3% of max health if you're struck for at least 10% of your max health. Buff lasts 7 turns. You know, we have a helmet on that makes it so we can't take more than 20% of our max health in a hit. And the buff from Frog Hop will heal us for 21% of our max health. But I'm unclear on exactly how it works. So, briefly gives you reactive health regeneration if struck by a strong attack. Is it like when I Frog Hop, it lets me... Hold on, let's... Oh, okay, I see. It gives me a 7-turn buff that causes me to instantly gain 3% of max health. Like once, it's not every turn. Okay. I thought it was if you took a 10% or more hit, you would get 7 turns of a buff that would restore your health. Right, obviously, I'm trying not to expend healing resources when we're just about to level here. Hoping that my pet will carry us over the top. So I wonder if I want to, like, make a real decision. Could you guys maybe, like, I'm going to pull him over here so it's clear we're fighting. I'm trying to min-max this to a degree that is unnecessary. But I guess it's actually impossible for me to get hit for 100 damage right now, so I suppose I'm not really in danger. Alright, we moved time forward a little bit, so let's go back and see if we can get some new rumors. And actually, that's our level up right there. Oh, hey, it's Ruby! Hey, Ruby, would you like all of my unequipped gear? Oh, that's right. She doesn't do the thing right now, does she? Yeah, I'll tell you more if you find me in Tangledeep. So actually, it doesn't make a difference whether I sell stuff to her or Katie while we're in town. There's a juicy apple-loving Panthox on level 4. That's actually like pretty good rewards. A meat kebabs loving fire jelly. You know, we can do this. We can make meat kebabs. So we're gonna level up as soon as we go back in because we're gonna hit that chest. So I don't need to worry about my health. It will totally buy a tent though. I wasn't 100% sure whether or not I actually had any apples left since I used those apples I had earlier. Oh no, we definitely did. Yeah, I didn't need to worry about that. Let's make some meat kebabs to give to this monster. And I think we're cool to just go back in. Yeah. I'm gonna take another level of strength. And... You know, I'm not at all sure which one of these is better. 3 stamina and energy is not a lot. How much does it? It heals me for 5 turns. I'm gonna take the citrus boost, I think. How on earth was a herd of aracudas carrying around a whole chicken that they somehow had not eaten? How could such a thing possibly occur? Alright, honestly, like, I know we have some more gear decisions to make. Which one are you? You're the apple guy? Let's give you an apple, then. Yeah, we have some decisions to make, but I think, honestly, I'm just gonna... Let's defeat the first boss. Because that'll be really easy. We'll figure it out afterward. Well, I have a limited number of steps on this other quest, right? I need to actually find this enemy. It is on this floor, isn't it? I just realized I'm not actually 100%. Right? Yeah, level 4. Okay. We're more than halfway through the thing here. I'd really like to get that that reward. It's actually pretty good. Okay, let's learn Panthok Skin, and now we've capped out our our class already. Increased physical resistance based on elemental resistance. I don't know that we're going to need much more physical resistance, but we're certainly going to have a lot of it. Where the heck is this guy? This is what I wanted. I guess he's just a normal enemy, so he would appear as a red, not a purple. Yeah. And out of time, man. Ow. That's a shame. The rewards from that were quite good. Alright, you guys got him. That's up. Let's keep looking around for a minute here. Yeah, we're going to be able to burn through Duke Dirtbeak the first time very, very quickly. That paralysis that he laid on our pet there, that definitely actually kept him alive for a couple extra turns. It was well struck. Okay, come over here and stand in the poison. So we're no longer getting detailed information on enemy resistances, but we're getting to see that they are resistant to stuff, but that has such a wide variety of meanings that it's almost not useful information. Yeah, this pet is very silly. The attack power like double the extremely overpowered pet that we had before, in addition to summoning lots of sub-pets and the Poison Cloud. I guess the Poison Cloud's probably not a lot better than the Rock Throw, because I think the Rock Throw also did 3x3 area damage. So I think we are, at some point here, probably between episodes, going to generate another pet from those same parents, and then we're going to have those pets breed, despite the fact that that is not a great way to ensure a diverse gene pool. Oh, I should probably go back to town and get... I can probably get new rumors, because we've moved to a new dungeon, or a new level in the dungeon, so time passed. What about new rumors? Nope, nothing. I guess we gotta check back here every time we come back to. Yeah, I suppose I also should have checked Katie's inventory. She could have had some teleport scrolls or something that's probably worth going back for. Ow. Nope, nothing I particularly care about. We just need to farm up some Orbs of Reverie. Ooh, Sparks. That's a good Lucid Orb. Some Orbs of Reverie so we can improve our gear and just a bunch of food and stuff, basically. Okay, that actually doesn't move. Never mind. I'm not 100% sure that I want to stick with the Samurai armor, but it seemed like good armor to take out for the beginning at the very least. We may want armor that has a little bit more defensive strength here. I mean, I probably just want to punch him, right? Like, we're in a position here where we don't really have like useful skills. I just kind of punch things. Actually, we do know that we want to end up with a sharp weapon, because the Brigand class passive that makes all of your strikes have a chance to bleed only works with weapons that are classed as sharp. And I imagine that works pretty much the way you would think it works, you know, no clubs and stuff, but probably almost everything else. Wow, that's a lot of meat witches. Okay, we should probably go in there with, you know, At the very least with the health thing ticking already. Boy, this feels familiar, doesn't it? You want to go get him, or... Okay, pretty good start. Listen, I mean, I can help. If you need me to help, I guess I could do something. I was just figuring you'd want to, like, you know... Did it work? It did work. It did confuse him. Alright, well, we drove him past his half health thing all the way to death in a single attack. Yeah, that was easy enough. Look, it's one of those terrible chalices. Now we can go back to town, probably get some rumors, definitely take advantage of this level's cheap heal. That's true, I have trained well. I guess we could try a job trial. I mean, we're not gonna stick with this class, so I guess the job emblem for this class would not be useful. But I wonder if the job trials are easier to do if you're very low level. I don't know how much they scale to you. Wait, I have my hands full already? Did I have a rumor already that I forgot about? Oh yeah, I never did. Yeah, let's drop this. Give me something new. Okay, that's pretty cool. Cheap heal. As far as Venom Rings go, that one's not very good. So what we really want... There's no skills actually in... We have 600 job points. I don't think there's any skills actually in Brigand that require you to use a dagger. It's just sort of a thematic thing. Obviously, we have 600 job points more than we need. So the thing we should do with those job points is probably... Because we're going to lose all our job points if we job change. The thing we should do is probably take the first level of the weapon mastery, because those cost 600. So I'm just going to try to figure out what weapon we're going to use here. I do wish that this was slightly better. I mean, it's strength and guile, actually, so it's kind of like it has 20 points of irrelevant stat on it. Yeah, you know, this is actually not bad. Do I have another Venom Ring? Well, I would have to cut one of my very good current accessories to take this, though, wouldn't I? And, like, plus 15% poison damage dealt is cool, but I don't know if this applies to my pet's damage. We might have to run a test or something, because if this applies to my pet's damage, we should definitely take this over the Titan's Gauntlet. If it doesn't, then I may as well just, you know, hold the Titan's Gauntlet and use that to do all my damage. Melee attacks and physical skills used at melee range. So in melee attacks, it'll buff my weapon attack no matter what my elemental is, but my skills will only get the damage buff if they're physical. Alright. Let's see here. We have a two-handed sword. I'm probably not a two-handed sword guy. Maybe. I guess there's no reason I couldn't be, right? Plus 80% crit damage is certainly attractive. And 325 base power is also attractive. Hold on. We can go talk to Dorito and see what the first level of the weapon mastery paths is. Oh, I thought these were 600. I don't know what I'm thinking. Okay, the first mastery is Lightning Jab. Use it to attack an enemy instantly without using a turn. That's actually awesome. We know the sword one already. Right, Cross Slash, which gives us a little bit of area effect stuff. I think... Oh yeah, the claw one seals you but makes you deal extra damage. Oh no, sorry. Weapon masteries. What else might we do? Probably nothing else. What does fist mastery do? Flying kick. Leap in a straight line, attacking every enemy along the way. We're actually going to have a lot of mobility stuff once we switch to Brigand. I'm not too worried about that. And also, we're going to keep Frog Hop, which is cool. So yeah, I'm actually pretty torn on this. We have a couple of great swords. We have a couple of pretty good axes. We don't have a dagger. We have a really nice mace that we definitely can't use. Really want to be using a sharp weapon. We have this crushing sword. Broadsword's not very good, but crushing's pretty good. I guess I ought to take a bow out of here just to have a bow on me, huh? 276 damage with extra crit damage and summons last an extra turn, or that's 295. We have a green bow too, don't we? A little bit of swiftness. We probably want to be using a crossbow though. Oh no, crossbows also have... This is just, yeah, they're just bows. There's some class of ranged weapons that is where the damage doesn't scale on swiftness, isn't there? Well, probably like slingshots, but I bet those are not very scalable. Alright, we'll just take a bow. That's fine. We'll just take a nice high damage bow. Just so that we have a ranged attack available to us, because we really should. And then I suppose we ought to actually look through these items, huh? But I kind of think that it might be a good idea for us to figure out our weapon mastery and take our weapon mastery stuff while we're still a wild child, so that we have more chances to learn monster skills, even if we don't necessarily want to keep them all. So we don't need these... Oh, hold on. Those are actually my other claws. Right, it unequipped them because we switched to the bow. Let's see. What do we want to just hold in our hands? I'm sure lots of stuff we have here is better than the crummy claws we're using. So, plus 20% damage to bandits is pretty real. We fight a lot of bandits. Poison damage. The game's trying to tell me something. I really like the idea of the poison weapon, though. And then we can just offhand whatever. Do we take a larger damage and accuracy penalty to our offhand? Right, minus 25% damage, minus 35% accuracy. If we switch to something that's not a claw, it becomes minus 39, minus 50. But the crude claws have 125 weapon power. There's no way... that gain max HP thing, gaining HP, anything that lets you heal, basically, especially since we can cap incoming damage at 20%. I wonder if offhanding a claw is a good idea. Not this claw, obviously, but maybe we should offhand a claw. And, like, really work our crit chance as hard as we can. Yeah, so like dagger in one hand, claw in the other, and then get a lot of guile, so that we have crit chance and parry chance and dagger damage. Like, stop getting strength now and just go for guile. That actually sounds pretty good. Yeah, that might well be the right choice. Alright, let's go fight... Sorry, I was about to say let's go fight Duke Dirtbeak. We totally just did that. What am I thinking? Yeah, I think I'm gonna try to commit to the knife plan. So let's buy our weapon masteries. We're going to find or build a good knife. I want to. This is the plan. We have lightning jab, but we can't actually use it yet. The next level of dagger mastery costs 700. Armed with this technique, your damage and accuracy penalties for dual wielding with a dagger are reduced. Okay. Ah, maybe we end up knife then. Anyway, let's go get a little bit more JP. We'll be able to learn all 3 of our dagger masteries now. Which way did I want to go, according to my rumors? There's stuff on level 7, both directions. Alright, well, let's just get both of these quests then. Yeah, so we have the tools to build a pretty good knife. We have the, we have a lot of good orbs. Just gotta find the actual knife. So we should check in with Katie every time we go back, I guess, and see if she has a good base knife weapon. I don't know that I necessarily want to do the poison thing, although if enemies tend not to be poison resistant, and in fact they're definitely physical resistant way more often than they're poison resistant, just putting the acid orb on for the plus 35 power, if nothing else, is good, even if we don't go for a poison buffing path beyond that. Plus 35% power and a type that's not going to be resisted seems pretty good. We can do this too. This will be a good source of job points. I mean, we're finding a lot of knives. What's the damage output on this thing? This only has 152 power. On crit gains 60 CT is pretty cool. I'm debating whether I want to just put this on to make use of our lightning jab, and I think the answer is no. Also, man, lightning jab is remarkably expensive. Keep in mind that we're going to see more power-ups with this character. Like, I know we're in a situation where it looks like we're going to be eating through stamina very, very quickly, but remember that fighting in melee causes you to generate more power-ups. So we're going to spend a lot of resources, but we're also going to generate a lot of resources. I think we'll be okay. Okay. Hey, we finally found the champion that's been shooting lightning at us this whole time. Also, we are really, really building up a healthy amount of flask charges. Rarely having to heal or fight is pretty nice. Oh. Water with special properties. Okay. So, I mean, I think we have to become a Florimancer to do this quest. Let's get to 700 job points, and then I guess... I mean, it wouldn't hurt to have a Floriconda, I suppose. I don't think I would want to stay a Florimancer for very long, but... just long enough to get that skill, I guess. There's one enemy left on this level. I guess we can clear the place out. Why not? I do wonder, though, if there's another way of completing this quest. We've done it both times now by just being a Florimancer. But that can't be the only way to do it. Looks like special herb. Oh! Oh, I generated an herb power-up from the space, from the water space, and I guess that accomplished the quest? That's pretty cool. It's neat that there's so many things that, that finish this quest. That's kind of how I was hoping it was going to work. We're not particularly close to leveling. I guess we can take a little bit of healing. You know, I can't remember if we figured out that you can use the masteries for your offhand weapon or that you can't. I guess it'll probably be worth checking out because we probably will end up with a lot more JP than we need. You know, you always end up reaching a point where you don't need them anymore. Alright, you two stay back. Do not steal any of my herbs. Okay. Yeah, that was really cool. That our passive herb generation thing satisfied the quest. I guess there's just a bunch of skills that are tagged as this makes a plant, and they all work for the quest. That's really neat. So, 7:30. Okay, let's go back to town. We don't really want to go up to the next level anyway. We're gonna force this knife thing. Also, if this ends up being bad, like, oh well, we'll just use some job points to gain the masteries that we do end up using. So this would be an okay time to switch, but like I said, it would be cool if we could beat Wild Child a little bit longer and try to pick up some more monster skills. So armed with this technique, your chance to critically strike with attacks rises with each attack on the same monster. Okay, that's pretty cool. And it really does make me want to, like, I'm thinking knife in the main hand, claw in the offhand is sounding really good. So let's go ahead and get 800 more job points while still being this job. Check in with you. Try to give myself a chance to learn some stuff from some monsters. We should check in with you. Level 3 dagger. Level 3 claw. These are fine weapons, not good weapons. I'm gonna hold out. We can do better. Oh, that's right, I didn't actually do quests here. I think it was to kill this guy. Yeah. Okay. Get him, Floriconda. Well, this Floriconda doesn't really do a lot of damage, but it sure does survive. Okay, so let's go back down. Just run across here to the other side and do that quest. What was my quest here? Already don't remember. And then we can go down to the Cedar Caverns and get this too. That's pretty easy. Just beat up a crabbit. Lucid Orb Stinging. That's also poison damage, right? Okay, that's additional poison damage on your attacks, not converts your weapon to poison. Still, not terrible. Cannot wait until I'm the one leaving bombs everywhere. It really is very powerful. Obviously, it's a little bit less good against things that are fire resistant, but it's a really cool, really powerful build. We just have to figure out how to not die. Also, I was pretty bummed that our 50% chance not to die thing didn't proc. That would have been a cool way to save myself from my own... Oh, nice. Save myself from my own desire not to take things seriously. Alright, let's drop back down to Cedar Caverns 5 and get that quest done real fast. Did I just miss some stairs? Or I saw them and did not go... Oh, they're up here. Saw them and I guess just didn't go up? It was weird. Yeah, I guess I just didn't go up. Why would I not go up? What's wrong with me? Alright, let's go back to town. Oh hey, the casino's on Fungal Cave 7. Cool. Alright, that's pretty good. Looks like we're going to spend some time in the Fungal Caves. Is this the level I took my cheap heal on? Alright, let's go ahead and grab that, because we are definitely about to be off of this level. I guess my, actually my portal went to a thing that is in the Fungal Cave, so I could have just gone back through the portal. Oh no, that's right, my portal was back to Cedar Caverns 5. Alright, well, that was easy. Let's see here. Do you, by any chance, have a cool knife for me? This is an accessory. Some dragon scale armor. Minus 25% damage from all basic attacks. Minus 13 damage from physical. This is some pretty good armor. Alright, obviously, we don't have enough money to get something like this. But I'm going to check in here periodically looking for knives and claws. Alright, so he will give us some tokens for free if we just do this quest real quick. And it's easy, so. Oh hey. At some point I learned Revenge Claw, which I'm just now noticing. Deals much more damage if your health is low, briefly grants immunity to pushes and pulls. That's cool. Monster abilities seem to almost always do like 2 or 3 things. I like them, they're fancy. Oh yeah, that's right, I have like pulls and jumps and stuff. I don't have to just run after a monster. Being Wild Child through the early floors gets you some good mobility stuff. I wonder if it's possible for me to learn Summon Floraconda. Like from a Vertigrizzly. I guess I already learned a thing from our pet's pet, so if I could learn Summon Floraconda, there's a pretty good chance I would have learned it already from him directly, I guess. Okay, well, we found some iron claws. I don't know, I'm just gonna back up and let my pet handle it. Go get him, buddy. Or that thing's gonna dive in on us for no reason. Seems like a terrible plan to me. Let me think. I gotta figure out what our Lucid Orbs are, because we could really use some plus crit. If we're going with the strategy. I'm pretty sure I have a bunch of orbs that increase critical damage, but I'm not sure if I have anything that's crit chance. We are not quite clear. Okay. $32 tokens. It's a good start. Alright, we're almost at 800 job points. When we hit the next weapon mastery is where we're going to end the video. This is not the button I want. I've played so many hours of this game, and I still click on my character looking for the map, like with shocking regularity. Oh no, I remember you. We're just moving on. I know that guy. You can't trust that guy. Okay, I'm just like walking over the Shadowhands now because there's small amounts of loot in those squares. Okay, Charms of the Spirit. Kyle is always a welcome sight. How you doing, man? Tell me some really cool stuff. You know, 500 gold for a job change. Not bad. We're going to have to keep an eye on him for good rings. If we decide to do this Venom Ring thing, we might be able to find a better Venom Ring here. So can I just go... Yep, okay. We can avoid stepping on the lava the second time. What was the thing I was supposed to do on floor 8? Nope. That time I clicked the map to look at my rumors. Okay, there's another staircase up that we have to find. Lucid Orb Cruel. Ah, that's interesting. That might be worth doing. Okay, that's Fungal Caves 9. I should also be keeping an eye on this number. Wow, yeah, we are right there. It's only going to be a couple of monsters. Not stand in the AoE. What we're learning is that it's a bad idea to stand in the AoE. Yes, just learning just now. Apparently that had not been drilled into my head clearly enough. Alright, so like one more monster real quick. Man, you really get job points very, very fast. I guess it would be a little slower if I actually had to like fight monsters or make decisions during combat instead of just trivially murdering everything. Alright, there we go. Now remember, we won't be able to get our ultimate weapon skill thing until we've actually used daggers to kill champions. Let's learn critical weakness, and then I think it's probably time to change our class. We can come back to Wild Child for a little while here and there if we start encountering monsters with skills we want to steal. So that's worth keeping an eye on. Increases chance to crit with regular attacks by 6% with each attack on the same target, up to a cap of 30%. Alright, that's pretty good. We'll get some pretty good crit chance going on difficult champions and stuff. Let's have a quick look at your inventory and buy everything that I actually care about. Quick look at your inventory. Show me something great. No, okay, well, I'll take that. That's pretty great. This guy is a sharp weapons guy, so... You know what? I think I have a good cestus in the bank. So we don't have access to a good knife here. But actually, there are decent claws there, but also I think I actually banked a good claw at some point. Oh, I hit store. I was like, what? Why is all this garbage in here? But it's because I'm so used to hitting store all the time. Did I save that cestus, or maybe you know what? At some point I probably tossed it. Okay, well I'll take one of those things from him. That's probably a good idea. So, bonus damage to beasts or bonus damage to machines? Machines are more dangerous, but beasts are more common. Neither one of these is really like awesome. Base power of 200-ish. The best thing we have is a 180 with bonus damage to insects. Yeah, that appears to be true. Well, alright, I'll spend the money for the extra 20 base attack power. It's not very expensive. I'll take... Yeah, robots are more dangerous. In case we end up using this thing for a while, let's do that. So you get to be my new offhand, and I'm actually going to make sure I pair you so that if I equip the bow and go back, I don't leave this unequipped. And we have some orbs of reverie now. We can start building up some of our items. Probably not the weapons so much, but like these things we can start putting traits on. So yeah, I think that we're set up for a good run. Hopefully, a run that ends in less embarrassment. So that's going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. Come back next time. Oh, and in the comments below, feel free to leave if there's a particular skill or group of skills you'd like for me to pick up for this character. Please do in the comments below. Leave that stuff. And yeah, come back tomorrow. See if I can maybe pilot this character to some kind of victory without some incredibly embarrassing defeat. And we'll see you then.